Hello, everyone. You guys all look beautiful today. My name is Jalen Blake, and I did my research on text anxiety. I know that we're all going through finals, and so I guess this is like the perfect time to present this. Okay, so how many of you have had like at least slight nervousness or just like butterflies before you have a test, like a test presented in front of you? Yeah, everyone? Yeah, pretty. Yeah, me too. I expected most of you to raise your hands, but there are some people that I know just kind of have like a elephant is just on their stomach as they have a test and presented in front of them, and so that usually is kind of like the physiological effects of test anxiety. Okay, so text anxiety is just more than butterflies. It is an extreme psychological disorder in which a person feels or may show some distress when presented with any form of testing. Okay, so there's some psychological and physiological factors that play a role in text anxiety, and this is not just for text anxiety, but for any form of anxiety. So some psychological factors or physiological factors are you have sweaty hands, maybe your hands get all clammy, drowsiness, palpitations, increased heart rate, and dizziness maybe. And some psychological factors would be doubtfulness, forgetfulness, and behavioral and emotional imbalances, and that may eventually have an effect on your social relationships between maybe your family, your friends, teachers maybe. Okay, so when you have a test placed in front of you, you may look like those, or you just may cry, period. But I just was interested in this because I'm someone that does suffer from test anxiety, and so I focused my research around does test anxiety negatively affect a student's academic success? And the answer is pretty prominent, so like, of course it does. But I just wanted to go a little bit more in depth about that. So, so research has found that the pressure of scoring high on tests, the fear of testing, and like the consequences that you may face if you fail a test are reasons for test anxiety. And so Chappell, Dennis did a study with his colleagues in 2005, and they have found that low test anxious students, well, first they did this on 4,000 undergraduate students like us, and then they did this on 1,414 graduate students. And they found that low test anxious students, they have an overall B+ average grade of the semester. And high test anxious students, they have an overall B in this semester. And I know this is not really a big difference, but it is something that you can take into account, definitely for like test anxiety. Okay, so for my paper that I have done on this, I kind of went to I looked into a different perspective of this, and I had, since I'm a bio major, I love biology, so I just went a little more into how test anxiety chemically affects your body. So you know how you're exercising and getting the workout on, and your body, your muscle cells, they go through a process called anaerobic glycolysis, and that's just a way to produce energy without oxygen. And so the byproduct of that is energy, of course, and lactic acid. And a buildup lactic acid can just induce a tiredness of your muscles, and like that feeling of your muscles burning, usually, if you work them out too hard. So when a study was done by White and Mendel E. Cohen, and this was done on some individuals that suffer from disorder of anxiety, any type of anxiety, and then that did not suffer from anxiety at all. And they found that individuals that had had exercised a decent amount, like just exercise regularly, had an expected increase in lactic acid. And those that suffer from anxiety and exercise regularly, they had a shoot up increase in lactic acid production. So this is kind of just an example of how test anxiety, it plays a role in your body biologically. Okay, so what can you do to kind of decrease that test anxiety and relax yourself before a test? What you can do is you can talk to somebody who's proficient in this area and just talk to them about testing and how it makes you feel and kind of just indulge in that. You can talk to friends and have a confidence talk before the test. Be like, I got this, I'm good, no worries. You can also study over a long period of time. That usually helps just kind of helps you with the information and knowing it. Like if you know the information, then you'll be a little more confident in taking the test. So that really helps over time. And you can just breathe right before. Just breathing just kind of helps you relax a little bit, and it's kind of like a mind over matter kind of thing. So, yeah. And that is all I have for you today. Any questions? Going once, twice? Sold? No? Okay, thank you.